In 1829, a powerful earthquake hit this coastline. Within minutes, much of what is now Guardamar del Segura was reduced to ruins. What you see today is the town that was built after. Now, it might look like a typical beach destination, but once you start exploring, it feels a bit different. I immediately felt that this is a beach and sea town. From the boardwalks over the sand to the open coastline, everything here is built around the Mediterranean. But at the same time, it is clearly a functioning town. You have everything you need for daily life, not just tourism. It is smaller than nearby places like Alicante or Murcia. And even compared to Santa Pola, Guardamar feels more stretched out than dense. Almost long instead of big. And because of that, it never feels crowded in the same way. When I was here in mid-March with temperatures around 21 degrees, people were already out everywhere, enjoying the sun. It felt calm, but still alive. And just behind the coastline, you find what might be the most defining part of Guardamar. The dunes stretch along the coast, forming a mix of sand and forest that feels very different from the open beach. In the late 1800s, the sand here was moving inland, threatening the town. To stop that, thousands of pine trees were planted, creating the landscape you see today. And walking here, the first thing I noticed was the scale. Even though there were other people around, it often felt quiet. You can follow the paths or move slightly away from them and find more space. It's an interesting experience. Walking up a dune, get a clear view of the Mediterranean, then head back down into the trees and softer terrain. Crossing from the town to the sea, I came out onto a long, almost empty beach. Part of a coastline stretching around 11 kilometers. Filmed in mid-March, with about 20 degrees, it was perfect for walking. The water, though, still around 16 degrees, felt a bit early for a swim. The beach and promenade are where daily life really comes together. This is not just a place you visit once. It feels like somewhere people return to every day. You have long stretches of sand, clean and open, with plenty of space to spread out. Even when more people arrive, it does not feel crowded in the same way as larger destinations. Alongside it runs the seafront walk, lined with palm trees, cafes, and restaurants. It is the kind of place where people go for a walk in the morning, sit down for a coffee in the afternoon, or just spend time by the sea. Because the town is so stretched out, you can walk just a bit further and find quieter sections. There is always a balance here between activity and space. And that balance is what makes the coastline feel comfortable rather than overwhelming. Walking through the streets, you see residential areas, small shops, and everyday routines. It is not a flashy place, but that is part of its character. In the center, the church stands as one of the main landmarks. The area around it feels like a natural meeting point. And this is where the history connects back again. Guardamar is not just an old town that grew over time. It is a place that had to start over. After the 1829 Torrevieja earthquake, the town was rebuilt with a more structured layout, which still shapes how it feels today. Just above the town, you also find the remains of Castillo de Guardamar. Even though much of it is in ruins, it still gives you a sense of the older settlement that once stood here. From that higher point, you can look out over the town, the dunes, and the coastline, and it helps put everything into perspective. Once you leave the town center, the surroundings start to change quite quickly. Driving through the area, you begin to see how varied this region actually is. Along the coast, The beaches continue in both directions, stretching far beyond the town. But just a short distance inland, the landscape opens up into flatter terrain, with farmland and wide open space. From the coastline, to the dunes, to more open countryside. And that is something that makes this part of Costa Blanca stand out. The climate around Costa Blanca is one of the main reasons people come here in the first place. The area has what's often described as a microclimate, shaped by the Mediterranean Sea and the surrounding mountains. In practice, that means mild winters, warm summers, and a lot of sunshine throughout the year. Even in winter, daytime temperatures are usually comfortable, often between 15 and 20 degrees, with cooler evenings. It is rarely cold in the same way as in much of the rest of Europe. In summer, especially in July and August, it does get hot, but along the coast, the sea breeze helps keep it more manageable compared to inland areas. If you are looking for the best time to visit, the months between April and June, and again from September to October, are usually the most comfortable. Warm weather, fewer crowds, and better conditions for walking and exploring. July and August are the busiest months, while winter is quieter, but still very usable for travel. When it comes to getting here, you do have options like buses or taxis. But personally, I would recommend renting a car. It is usually quite affordable in Spain, especially outside of peak season. From Alicante Airport, the drive to Guardamar takes about 30 minutes. And having a car makes a big difference. It allows you to explore more of the surrounding area, not just the town itself. And if you want a full picture of what this area has to offer, make sure to check out my other videos. Even though I've been to Guardamar a couple of times, I have never really stayed here. It has always felt more like a place I visit during the day. The beach, the dunes, the nature. That is what brings me here. And because the town is so spread out, finding the right place to stay is maybe not as straightforward as in other destinations. But next time, I think I would do it differently. Spend more time here. Explore it more slowly. It is a place that grows on you a bit, and it is definitely worth a longer visit.